Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Mitchell.
And we have a double feature for you today. We've got our Sunday preview, which isn't much, but we're also going to talk about yesterday's Warhammer Not 40k reveals.
I love the name of that one.
But first one, here's a joke. A Primarch, a Rebel, and a Commando walk into a Warhammer store.
I didn't even read the title. I thought you were just making that up.
Nope, but there's no punchline. The punchline is, how much do you think these cost?
Oh, no. Too much.
So, will this be cheaper than the box he was in? Or will he be $140 like... Well, no, how much is Gulliman? $80 now?
I think he's 85, I think.
I'm betting he's 85 as well.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the same as Gilliman.
So we've got Lion L. Johnson. We've seen this mini before. We've gushed on this mini before.
Yeah, because it's amazing. His rules and 10th are also amazing.
Yep, he's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got Boss Snikrot. Again, we've seen him before. Mm-hmm. We've also talked about him before. He looks okay.
I like it. I mean, I like it a lot more than the freaking Finecast version.
And then we go to Farsight, who is an amazing mini with terrible rules.
Yeah. I guess we didn't talk about Snikrot's rules. They're fine.
Yeah, they're fine. We go in descending order of rules quality. Yes. Lion is great in 10th. Snikrot is good.
It's fine. It's for an orc.
And then Farsight is just terrible.
Yeah, like, wait for the codex whenever that comes out.
Yeah, and hope that he actually gets a melee profile worthy of a melee person.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
I'm going to buff my all-ranged guys to get +1 to wound in melee.
Falcon Punch. Then out of kind of nowhere, we've got some Middle-earth SBG. Friend of the show, Kevin, going to be really excited, and that's about it.
Mitchell is going to be sad because it's all dwarves.
Yeah. Iron Hill Dwarf Warriors with spears. It's basically, these are just collections of existing models. Mm-hmm. Worth noting, these are all resin.
God, those spears in resin.
Yeah.
Those are better, I guess. Still not good.
Same thing with these. These are also resin.
Yeah, but they're not spears. They're still going to suck, but they're not,
right?
You know, twice the height of a dwarf.
Right. And then we've got... Oh, but look at this. Look at how bendy that pole is.
It's already bendy.
And then we've got a couple of Black Library special releases.
Yep.
Honor Bound for the best Commissar model has ever been.
So good.
Cypher, Lord of the Fallen. Awakenings. So that's kind of it for this week. All this will go up for pre-order next Saturday. Yep. It's all stuff we've seen before, except the book. So, and I guess the warbands. We've seen these models, just not in this collection.
Yeah.
So what we all wanted to do is we wanted to talk about the previews for yesterday. Mm-hmm. All the not 40k stuff. Now we've jumped to the first thing they showed off, Cities of Sigmar and their launch box. Yeah. I was not expecting this.
I kind of was because it was so many new models. I knew they were going to do a launch box somewhere.
That's fair.
But
I look forward to getting 2 of them and not being able to buy one.
Exactly.
Because, I look forward to our local game store being allocated 2 of them and then not being able to buy one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
This is where we find out if that whole thing about Leviathan being the cause of all the low allocations is true or not.
Yeah.
How many of these are we going to get? But let's look at the box first. So this is the box. You get 2 units of the new foot troops, basically.
Yep.
1 unit of the new Marshal. 1 unit of a new Wizard who we'd not seen before at all.
Yeah.
And then 1 unit of the new
This
Knights.
was entirely stuff they previewed except for the Wizard.
We also... well, let's start with the Marshal first. Mm-hmm. We've talked about this when we first saw it. Amazing models.
Yep, fantastic. Their sculpts are... I'm not a fan of just regular humans, but man, these models look great.
These sculpts are amazing. I want several of them so I can build all these different options.
Yep.
I think my favorite is this one, the guy holding his helmet.
Yeah, the helmet and the huge
giant hammer.
Oh, yeah.
But these 2 are also really cool.
Yeah, I like the Squire with the double pistols. Looks cool.
Yeah. I'm a noble knight. This is my squire. He's got a Glock. Now, this is the first time we've seen this. The Alchemite Warforger, who is essentially a new gold wizard from the gold...
Fire Slayer's jealous.
From the Gold College of Shamon. Reinforced armor, infused weapons with power. That is exactly what the Lore of Metal always did.
Makes sense.
I think he looks okay. I don't love the... Like, he looks like a Silent Hill... He looks like Pyramid Head.
He does.
Except without the pyramid.
Yeah. You could model him to have a pyramid head.
You could.
I think he looks pretty cool. I don't mind him. He gives me kinda, sorta Dark Souls-y vibes.
Yes, very.
Which I kinda like. I really like the aged leather. Like, the way that they painted it looks really cool.
Yes.
So, like, feathered and faded, like, worn bottom, but with, like, kind of a still leathery-looking top. I like that.
I like that his staff is tongs.
Yeah.
To hold this burning brand cube.
Do you think when it stops burning, he's like, hang on a second, guys, and he sticks it back in his cauldron, and then he pulls it back out. He's like, okay, we're good to go.
Maybe it's magic and it's always burning.
maybe. That's a good point. Magic exists.
And now we had seen a couple of the Free Guild steel helms. These are your replacement for your sword and board troops. It looks like they are only sword and board, so we might have lost halberds and spears.
True.
A big question for a lot of the Cities of Sigmar reveal is what's staying and what's going.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine they release these guys and keep the halberdiers and the spears.
Probably not.
There's no way.
Probably not.
So we had seen some of these, but we had not seen all of them. They are definitely towing the line between comical.
Yes.
I mean, a couple of these guys, kind of pudgy and kind of meant to look a little silly.
Definitely conscripted and not really trained.
Yeah. I don't love their helmets. Oops. I don't love their helmets.
Yeah, I don't like them either. I also really don't like that guy on the right.
Yeah,
the old homeless man that wandered in with a stick, and he's like...
And his prized broken blade.
I'll fight! I got it, guys!
Yeah, I like that they've combined the banner bearer and musician into one.
Good.
Sucks to be that guy. Carry this and also keep blowing that horn.
Hey, at least he has a sword still.
Well, you can't hold it.
Drop is something. Drop one of them.
You can't drop the banner. That's a disgrace.
I mean, then you drop the horn. But then you're wielding it with your left hand. You gotta, like, hang on.
That's a Bachstrad trumpet. Those things are expensive.
Shut up, Josh.
Speaking of expensive, hey, we've got the Free Guild Cavaliers. Again, we have talked about these models before. These ones we have all seen. These look amazing.
Yep. A little busy.
They're
People have complained
very busy, although we'll talk about busy later.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, these are very ornate, baroque, like, super busy models. They look great.
That being said, they look good. But not necessarily for everyone. I am curious to see how much of the decked out stuff is optional, or if it's just like built on the model.
Yeah, I would not enjoy. I would enjoy painting one of these. I would not enjoy painting a squad, let alone multiples.
Yeah, don't worry, you can run 40 of them.
Now we don't know when this is coming out, and it does say that this does also come with the battle tome.
Yep,
battle tome Cities of Sigmar. So it does appear that the Cities of Sigmar are not being rebranded as the Dawnbringer Crusades.
Right.
Which was a thing people thought was happening.
Yeah.
So that's not...
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That they decided not to do that.
And you get a bunch of cards. Worth noting, if you zoom real in on the orders here, it looks kind of like an Imperial Guard order system.
Yeah, where there's like multiple elf orders and multiple human orders.
That's what I was going to say, is that there are Dwarden and Elf orders, which does confirm that there will still be Dwarden and Elves at least somewhere in Cities of Sigmar.
Yep.
So that means they're not all getting dropped.
Not just humans.
Which is something that I was afraid of.
Yeah.
Because I like the multinational aspect.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were afraid of that.
Except those filthy ogres. I don't...
Get them out of here.
Otherwise, yeah. His card, we did zoom in on that and look. The stats aren't anything amazing, but he has his own heroic action, which is interesting.
Yeah, and I think that's unique. I don't think we've seen that.
We have not.
We've seen that in an army, but not on a guy.
Like multiple heroic actions to choose from.
Yeah.
Seraphon being...
Yep. Soulblight has the same thing.
Yeah. But this one's printed on his card. And then this one, which is not in the box.
Yeah.
So...
Tahlia Vedra?
Lioness of the Parch. Boy, I have mixed feelings on this one.
I think the model looks really cool.
Yeah, it's a very well done model.
Yeah.
There are things I love about it and things I do not like about it.
But if you take that little symbol at the very back of her throne and put a little chaos symbol there, that would make way more sense.
Yeah, that's my problem. Manticore says chaos to me, not order.
Right. Why is she writing? Maybe it's supposed to be the she has taken over and tamed the chaos.
Which that's what it is. She's a former mercenary.
Sure.
So she was an old mercenary and she got kind of recruited to the cause. So that's why she has this savage thing that she tamed. She's an Acheron, realm of fire.
But yeah, again, the model looks fantastic. I love the model.
Yes.
But it's weird that it's a Cities of Sigmar model.
Yeah, I don't love that it's a Manticore. I'm a classic Griffin fan.
Yeah.
Her model herself, the big, huge chair thrown on the back. Don't get.
I almost said Dawnbringers. Cities, it looks like all of their new models are ridiculously ornate.
Yes.
And maybe to a detriment.
Yes. Look how many skulls are in there.
Yeah.
However, this helmet assembly, or her full armor, I love that.
Yeah, that looks really
That is really cool. I would be building her without her head exposed. Sorry. But this chair thing...
Yeah, it's way too much.
Way too much, man. We don't see any rules for her yet or anything like that. So that's Cities of Sigmar. We don't know when this is coming out, although we do know it's going to be fall, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's when they listed the book for.
Yep. So this will be fall for the box. Probably full release later.
Yeah.
Hopefully not as long as Imperial Guard.
We'll never stop complaining about that.
Nope. All right, now this is the one where they lied. Because they said that there was no 40k.
That's true.
But this is usable in 40k.
It is. It's a Horus Heresy model that's usable in 40k. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Isn't that strange?
But yeah, we got some, what are they called, the Cerastus?
Basically, the Cerastus chassis is coming to plastic.
Yeah, which is fantastic. I like, personally, how these look better than regular knights.
Yeah, I like the taller, lankier profile.
Yeah.
I like the knightly helmets.
Mm-hmm. The sword or spear option both look very cool.
So this is the Castigator. This is the Acheron.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've already seen the
Lancer.
The Lancer, which is the same one as the Lancer.
Yeah, I didn't specifically say in here, but I believe they are all the same kit.
They are.
Okay.
They've got to be.
Yeah, if they're not, they're really milking the like this is a tank with this weapon, and this is the same tank with a different weapon.
They're getting away from that.
They are. But yeah, these models look absolutely amazing. I love them. It might be my first knight kit. Although they would definitely be chaos.
Now we've been talking about busy models.
Ugh. This whole like there's very little on this page that I actually like. And I play Kruleboyz now.
Yeah. So this is the Monsta-Killaz. They're Kruleboyz. This is for Warcry.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So this is I think the second or third Warcry warband that has monkeys of some kind in there.
It's the second, I think.
I guess the Fleshhound is just a guy who's on all fours.
He's
a dog. Not
he's a dog cosplayer.
Yeah. I don't understand why we keep having to put monkeys in our Warcry warbands.
Someone at GW went, "Oh my god, we don't have any monkeys in any of our factions."
Yeah, I don't understand this.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Nothing about Kruleboyz says we have baboon friends to me.
No, same.
Baboons don't live in swamps.
Maybe these ones do.
Well, I mean, they do.
Obviously. Monsta-Killaz.
And they say it's because they capture and train them, but yeah.
Yeah,
I
am not a fan of this whole thing. The one saving grace is the little grot holding an egg.
They're Gnarlwood Howlas is the...
Of course they are.
So they're from the Gnarlwood, not...
Okay.
So these are the baboons from the Meat Tree Land.
So they're not native to the swamp. They just brought them back to the swamp.
They're from the Gnarlwood where all this is going down.
Yeah. They're domesticated.
Tamed. You can't domesticate them. So yeah, the guy who is very excited about his egg.
Yep. My egg.
This is the leader here though is one of the busiest models they've ever released.
Yep. It's so much, and we just said that about a lot of the city stuff.
Yeah.
But man, this is so much.
This doesn't look cohesive. This looks like a mess.
Yeah. This looks like they got a pile of trash and then they put an orc head in the middle of it.
I think you called out the trash puppet from Labyrinth.
Yeah. The trash lady with all the stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen so people know that we're talking about it and we can haunt their nightmares.
Then the baboons, which I just don't. I mean, they're just baboons. If this was the warband,
yeah,
I would love this.
If they basically did this for all of them and then made a slightly bigger one with like a larger creature,
with like a bigger skull.
And the guy does have a bigger skull.
Yeah,
but he also has way too much stuff.
Like this one has a Seraphon skull with a Seraphon coat. I love that.
Yeah,
I love this idea. If this was the warband, I'd be on board.
Yeah, they all have their treasures from their hunts, and that's cool.
But it's so busy and over modeled and ugh. Now a much better warband.
Oh, significantly.
For the game neither of us play.
Correct.
So this is for Underworlds, but that doesn't matter because what does matter is it's Skaven.
Yeah, and they're beautiful,
gorgeous. So basically, this is the Plague Monk warband.
Yep.
The Pestilence warband.
Yeah, finally, because we had the ninjas, and what's the other one?
The first one was kind of just
Skaven in general.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Scritch's Spikeclaw Swarm.
Yeah.
Was the first one. Now all we need is the Skyr warband, and we'll be complete.
Yay.
But for now, we've got Pestilence, and if Plague Monks looked like this, I would play more Pestilence.
The only bad thing about this, like we said before in previous, is then you have to put them next to actual Plague Monks, and they just like,
which look more like monkeys. So you know,
you know what? It all comes around.
This is the best one right here.
Yep.
The little rat holding his little warpstone.
That model is going to win Best of the Year.
It's going to be Crabnose.
Yeah, the leader looks fantastic.
The new sensor bearers.
Oh.
Sensor bearers are a resin model that desperately needs updating, but these are beautiful.
And this gets you 2 out of the 5 that you need for a unit. Good luck.
Yeah. And then just normal plague monks.
Yeah, which again, even though they're just normal plague monks and they're not like fantastic, the sculpt itself is great.
Yeah.
They are like perfectly, I don't know.
Everything. They're just they are perfectly what plague monks should be.
Yes.
Perfectly pestilent, putrid plague monks.
Plague priests.
Plague priests. There you go. Apparently, the adorable rat is named Skritter.
Oh my god. So there's Skench, Itchit, Poxlix.
Sorry, Rabidus Skench.
Rabidus Skench.
Itchit, Poxlix, Ricket, and Skritter. And his name is Skabbik Plague Seeker.
Skabbik.
Skabbik, you're right. Skabbik. Oh my gosh. So do you get this name at birth, or do you like get it later?
I don't know. Like this guy, his name is Skabbik Plague Seeker.
And then a bunch of Underworld stuff that we don't play, so we don't really know anything about.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Sorry, Underworld's enthusiasts, but we can say
we won't waste your time by pretending to talk about things you don't know anything about.
But the models are great.
Absolutely, I'm getting one.
Yeah, me too.
This one's really short because it's just a new Bretonnian miniature. They're really milking the absolute heck out of Old World reveals.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to reveal the entire range one model at a time. Considering they've only done one Tomb Kings one, I estimate we have 6 more years before Old World comes out.
So they're doing the 3-year cycle.
Yes.
Next year we have Sigmar.
Yeah.
The year after that, we would say that it would be Old World, but they're not going to be done previewing by then.
Right.
So it's going to be another 3 years after that.
So 5 years.
5 years.
It's a Bretonnian on a horse.
Yeah.
It is funny that if you compare this to like the Cities of Sigmar horses.
Yeah.
And the amount of busy crap not on this one.
See, but I hate this one. Like, I really dislike this one.
Why?
Because it's too Bretonnian.
It's just a knight.
Yeah, and I don't like how it looks.
You could say this was an Arthurian knight for a historical war game, and it would not look out of place.
No, you're right. That doesn't mean I have to like it.
Which is why Bretonnia died, because you can't copyright that.
You can't copyright Britain?
No. I mean, you can. It's called the British Empire.
Yeah, fair enough. Just this guy.
I like how we get the horse butt shot. Just, you know.
Yeah. I think they were showing off the banner, Josh.
Horse
butt.
Yeah.
We end that one on horse butt.
And then last and literally least.
Yeah. I literally least.
Oh, Epic. Epic is back.
Yay!
This is one of those games I see so many people.
Yeah. Oh my god, when I gotta bring back
I
Epic?
think when we were at the Warhammer preview at Adepticon, one person asked about Epic and one person asked about, what was it?
Battlefleet Gothic?
Battlefleet Gothic.
Which is Epic, but even bigger.
And the person next to me, who I will not name because I don't want to shame them, was like, ask about things in the preview, not about your pet game.
And now there's this.
And now, hey, your pet game's out. So if you don't know, Epic is What If Warhammer, but small.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember the scale. Is it 10 millimeter?
Yeah, it's usually like 15 millimeter.
15 millimeter.
Usually. I'm not exactly sure, though. Basically, this is Horus Heresy, but small, which means, you know, your guys come in little squads of like 5 guys.
Yeah.
And you
base is 5 guys. The tanks are like 1 by 1 inch.
Yep.
And then the Titans are adorable.
Yep. This is interesting that this is the first time we've gotten 6 Solar Auxiliate sculpts in years and years and years.
And we're getting plastic Warhound Titans.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So I'm assuming you can just use the Titanicus.
I believe Titanicus and I've heard Aeronautica are the same scale.
They are.
Okay. So hopefully they will have rules in Epic so that you can use your, you can basically immediately start playing. That'd be fantastic.
That would be fantastic. Especially the Aeronautica.
Mm-hmm.
Although that one's a little weird because Aeronautica is the same size scale, but a vastly different time scale.
Yeah, that is weird.
Because it's dogfighting, but you could change that.
I love that they say that there's 223 miniatures in the box, but there's like 5 per 25 mil base.
I'm not. But you have to stick all those on all those bases because look, they're not like one piece.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, that's probably not going to be great.
Yeah, you could not. Nope.
We'll see.
Yes.
We get to go through all of them individually.
Here's a little tiny Space Marines.
Yeah, I wonder what base size that is. I actually didn't think about it. They look cool. I am not a huge fan. I like the big chunky Terminators. Those are cool. I'm not a huge fan of small scale myself.
Yeah, it's not really my bag.
I would try it. I like the Dreadnoughts. They're cool too. I would try it just to see how it is. I do not have any Titanicus, and I don't have any Aeronautica because again, small scale is not my thing. These people apparently really like this game, and I want to see.
Yeah.
I do want to pause when we get to the nope, not these guys. These guys, because these guys are hilarious looking at a small scale. They look like Quadrant Overlords models.
They do, because they've got
the faces and the mustache.
Yeah.
I know there's Solar Auxilia, right?
Yeah, these are Ogrins.
Yeah, the Ogrins. No, but they look hilarious to me.
Yeah, I imagine it's easier to paint them, though, because you don't have to worry about painting details. Just kind of...
Well, kind of.
Base coat, dry brush wash.
Yeah. Base coat silver. No, base coat black, dry brush silver, wash black again, and then, like, that part's brass, and that part's brass. Okay, we're done.
I do like the little Malcadors.
Yeah, those are cool. Can I use that as my Malcador in 40K?
Small! And then, of course, you got the Knights.
The Knights. Those are cool. Gonna make me vomit.
And a rule book. We don't know when this is coming out at all.
Nope.
We have no indication of when any of this is coming out, actually.
Yeah, the previews we never really know. They've previewed something and the next day said it's up for pre-order.
Yeah, we were wondering if Cities of Sigmar was going to go up pre-order today, but alas, it did not happen.
I'm willing to try out Epic just to see. Did you have any Titanicus or
I have Aeronautica.
Okay. I think Sean has Titanicus.
Yeah.
Because mechs. And I have none of it. So I'd be willing to look at it.
I would try it, but I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, probably not.
So overall, from the preview, none of it's... obviously, the Pestilens are my MVP. That's what I'm super excited about.
They're my thing, too.
Besides that, I mean, I have a passing interest in cities because I do collect the army, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I know you've been back and forth on cities itself.
Yeah, a lot of these models are really not speaking to me and grabbing me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But all it would take is one great Steam Tank analog to change that.
Fair. I was going to say especially the one ogre with the guy on the back.
Yeah, although I did discuss that that's easily fixed by replacing it with a rat ogre.
Yeah.
And then having like a little warp stone on a fishing pole in front of it.
That's good.
So,
I did not think of that.
So we don't know when any of this is coming out. The Saturday previews, or Sunday previews, of course, will go up for pre-order next Saturday.
On the 8th.
Yes. Next week, I think it'll just be me because you're going to be out.
I'm going to be gone.
So I'll see you next week. Mitchell won't. Until next time.
Bye-bye.